Woods leads his Bulldogs side onto the field.
And the Bulldogs have won the toss and will run north to south in the first half.
Big opportunity this for the Dogs, looking for their first title since 2011, but also seeking a bit of revenge for 2019 when the Bulldogs' Harold Matt's side went down to the Knights 28-8. And here come the Knights.
Connor Vitano leading his side onto the field. They'll kick off.
Had a great run in this competition over the last few years, the Knights. This will be, if they win it today, will be their fourth Harold Matt's title in 10 years. 2014, 2017, 2019, the recent victories. A chance to really drive it home today.
Probably a little bit surprising last week. Obviously, the minor premiers, the Panthers, missing out. But we are go now in this University of New England Harold Matthews Grand Final for 2023. They're the Bulldogs' first touch for the football. And they'll look to roll it out. Their big forward pack. It's a good size forward pack too, Morgan, isn't it?
Certainly is. And they did a lot of damage last week. Keep an eye in particular on the 12. So Saya Alatini scored a double last week with raw power close to the line. He's a big threat for them.
Was a Ma Barney coming in looking for work. It is the 13, Abbey. Sheldon Abbey. It's good work there. So here's that man now, Tupou it is. He's tackled 5 shy of halfway. It's a good start to the game by the Bulldogs. Into dummy half. Krista DeLu in jersey 19. As they roll over halfway on 3. No, it is the last. Must have snuck one in. So Woods pressure on him. Hagen, it was. Now Vitano, skipper of this Knights side, his first touch of the football. Very handy, dangerous player is Vitano. He'll look to get involved quite a lot. Well, he goes to dummy half now and has a run straight out. That's his second run in this set. Hagen, the dummy half, looks left, right, comes back to the right, charging onto it, Hopwood. The rangy front rower in jersey 10. Hillier, his front row partner, nearly gets through. So once straight away, Knights front rowers getting heavily involved. Vitana puts it high in the air. It's a test. Takes it easily. Playing down in background, one of the Bulldogs players. Sheldon Abbey, he's up now, but he's got his hands on his hips. Takes a while to get back into the line.
Yeah, getting some attention from the trainer too. Interesting start to the game here. Neither side too keen to hoik the ball around. They're just keeping it tight. A day like this, grand final, a bit of rain about. Real decision for the both sides about how brave they want to be with the ball, and if they decide they do want to let it sing early, how are they good enough to do it? If not, it costs you.
It'll be the 1%. And this straight away now. This time they go to that right edge. There's that man, Alatini. Woods, he puts it high in the air again. Vitano waits, looks up, takes it kindly. And Barney makes the tackle. Still going a little bit. Woods has had to come in after chasing his kick.
They've had a funny year, the Bulldogs. They had quite a soft draw through the regular season. They played 1 and 2, and only one other side in the top 10. They had a real sequence of games against the low sides at the bottom of the table. That allowed them to get into the finals in that logjam in the middle of the table. But when they got into the semis, they found another gear and got past a couple of really good teams to get themselves into this game.
So Self plays it. Hillier. Early signs there from Hillier. He's going to be a handful. And some ball playing now. Ends up in the hands of Loza. Loza was hit solidly. Referee just awaiting. He's going to say all clear, is he? Yep. So now the Bulldogs, once again, they'll bring it out from their own 20. Fua. There's a scoot out of dummy half. got the legs dancing. Oh, he's done the worm, and he plays it quick, gets the penalty and takes it's the first FPOS of the day.
Beep.
Off he goes, over halfway. Woods, short pass. Strong running. Alatini still going. Oh, they've gone it'll be a penalty here. There's three in the tackle.
They won't allow the quick tap this time, but that's exactly what I was talking about with Alatini. The first contact is never the end of it. He barged into them and kept going. He's a real weapon for them on that right edge.
Well, it looks like the combination straight away. We saw Woods and Alatini there, and we might see him off his hip all day.
And this is Woods' team. He's going to run the attack. He's always in first receiver.
So now the restart from the attack. Woods, they're more than happy. He's gone through 5 sets of hands here. Oh, it looked like a knock-on. Came off his leg. Tupou, it was. McEwen, Welsh to dummy half. Back to the middle, rolling forward. Xavier. Xavier plays it now. Woods running across field. Oh, I tell you what, that man we were just talking about, Alatini was there. But the pass finds the ground as Alatini thought it was going out the back.
Yeah, just didn't quite get their timing right there, the Dogs. But Newcastle defended well there. Canterbury showing a bit of interest in throwing the ball. Let's see this again. Woods went to the line. Yeah, Alatini just got the timing wrong on the decoy run. He was never supposed to get that. He'll have a scuff on his shoulder after that pass.
Always expect it. Yep. Always expect it.
Yep. That's what you learn in the under-6s. It never stops being true.
And now the Knights, as things looked a little bit dangerous.
Well, that's a bit dangerous.
Flirting with this grandstand touchline. As you mentioned, big crowd assembling. Cannibal. Wrestled in the ruck there. Knights appealing for a penalty. Wasn't to be. There's a tip on there between the two front rowers. Hopwood picks up Hillier. Hopwood again. Once again, a little bit of ball playing there. Gray. Well, he drops the ball out the back. The referee's going to say it went forward.
Yeah, look, it was brave from Lockie Gray to try and push that pass. I think he did get a call from it, I think from Fortano coming through the middle. We'll see it again here. It was lovely footwork to go through the gap. That little step at the line is so dangerous. And that might be a pass you throw on a dry day, but he just got a whack on the arm as he was about to let it go. It was Daniel Christodoulou, in fact, who came through and hit him. So the ball comes loose, and an opportunity turns into a threat.
Tupou off the scrum. Forward a dummy half. Sever plays it for the Bulldogs. Gets a high pass to Woods. They get up quickly out of it, and a good tackle. He just fired in. He's happy with himself too.
Yeah, Army Loza, the halfback, came flying up. We'll see if this replay is going to look very good. As Ruben got the ball, he looked up and went, oh, I'm in trouble here. Whack! And Loza was pretty happy with himself as he got up and revved up his teammates.
Well, Loza looked like, oh, I'm here now. I better make sure I hit him.
Yep.
And that's exactly what it was.
If you're going to rush up, make it count.
Don't miss.
Pushing the scrum.
Good push in the scrum too, it was. Gray, he got a wild pass. He had to dive across, and he eventually takes it back to the middle. They go. Hopwood. Cody Hopwood still driving forward. Hagen. Rosenbaum. He's coming in looking for a bit of work. The 5. It's a good size for a winger too. Wouldn't be out of mistake, but out of place in that back row as they roll it forward, spinning out of the tackle. Tono Hotene. Oh, once again, this ball playing between these two front rowers. It ends up with Hopwood. Hopwood, they get the quick play the ball. That's what they wanted. Dorahy. Ball's been touched. What's the referee going to say? Might be knock on Bulldogs.
Yeah, that is what he's going to say. So the Knights will get another chance here, and they are really winding each other up a lot. You see Cody Hopwood there just giving a rev up to his teammates. There is a bit of intensity and sting about this already after 9 minutes.
But yeah.
But what we've seen early is that the front rows from the Newcastle Knights more than happy to do a little bit of ball playing, which creates space on both edges. So the Knights' best opportunity to grab first points in this University of New England Harold Matthews Grand Final. Latano, he swings around the back. Doherty looks for him now, finds him, sees half a space. They try and pick him up and drag him in the touch. They don't try, they achieve.
They had a long way to go there. Latano didn't do a lot wrong, but once they got him off the ground, he was only going one way. A big surge from Canterbury. He's a long way from the sideline there when he meets that contact. Look at how far they drag him. 7 or 8 metres.
Yeah, Ratu Rinakama heavily involved. As you say, that was the key. He couldn't hit the ground. He was still mobile. So 10 out. Bulldogs will bring it out of their danger zone. 0-0, 10 gone in this first half. Rain stopped. As we mentioned in the first game, the ground's holding up beautifully. Maybe have a look at 7:30 tonight. Sever. Good leg drive. I was just about to say they haven't gone far in this set, but he's still going. He gets to halfway. Christodoulou finds Woods. Woods says, I've had enough of this. Puts the kick through. Finds some green pastures. Latano has to come across, clean it up. Woods chasing his kip. He brings him to the ground. They knew for the Knights. Plays it quickly. Rosenbaum. Hagen has a scam out of dummy half. Hopwood does well, flicks it out the back. They keep it alive now. Their numbers on the left. Can't get rid of it though. Hortene. That's a mouthful there for us, Morgan. Well, 6 to go. The referee waves it, so they'll look to roll it forward now as Hopwood. He won't try. Oh, has he kept it alive? He had. Oh, referee's going to say knock on. Well, they get the restart.
Had a couple of chances now, the Knights. They just haven't quite been able to make one of them stick. They are winning the field position battle in the first dozen or so minutes. Just haven't been able to land a proper blow. But they're keen to use the ball. I mean, we're seeing offloads, we're seeing passes to the outside backs, and we're seeing a big crowd on our screen right now. Look at that. Not many empty seats up there.
Gave yourself a little wave there, Morgan.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Marbani now. The Bulldogs once again trying to bring it out of their danger zone. They've made some good meters so far. Another good run. Just rolling it forward. Smith it was. Alatini wanting to play the football. Oh, the referees, he tried to play it a little bit too quick. He still had some guys hanging on to him.
Yeah, that's on him, Alatini. You're absolutely right. He just wanted to get on with it. The tackle wasn't finished and he was trying to play the ball, so referee had no sympathy for him. And the Knights have another opportunity from scrum from the centre of the field. This Newcastle attack, second best in the regular season. They scored 28 points a game. There is plenty of strike out there. Question just whether the weather blunts it any.
I don't think so. Well, not what we've seen so far. This is the Bulldogs' defence. Oh, ball's found the ground. Gray, once again, has to go back and clean it up. Fua involved in the tackle, hangs on to him. Referee says held.
Talk about the Knights' defence. It's worth noting Canterbury coming throughout the regular season, through the 8 games of the regular season, had the 8th best defence in the comp. They were letting in 20 a game. There were several sides who missed the finals who had a better defence than Canterbury, but they're holding out pretty well so far.
And they've definitely worked on it. Absolutely worked on it, as you said. Atona Hortonaire. Loza, room to move. Atano will score in the corner. Scores the first try in this UNE Harold Matthews Cup Grand Final. Bit of push and shove going on in the middle of the field as well, and after the try.
Wow, what a beautifully built-up try that was. The way they worked that across the right-hand side of the field, it looks simple, but the thing that jumped out to me there was, and you'll see it on the replay, the way that Harmy Loza speeds the play up all of a sudden. We'll see it here, they're just drifting cross field, and then Loza goes, bang, right, let's go. Swings it out to Votano. Everybody's running the decoys they need to be running, and the play just opens up for him. Slice through, slide over in the corner. Really, really well-constructed move across the Knights' back line.
It's pretty to watch, and it was real when Votano went bang. He went bang as well, didn't he? He hits it on through here.
Everyone's timing was right. Everyone was where they needed to be. And they get the result. And that's why they had the second best attack in the competition. Moves like that. And Connor Votano is going to try and convert his own try.
Tough kick.
Meanwhile, Mitchell Woods, it won't matter to him too much because it's the grand final, but he's just been put on report by the referee. Not sure quite what went on behind the goal line there, but a little bit of a scrape with the referee.
Never good, though, mentally when you've been put on report. You know, with only early, because sometimes you know if you got one more, you know where you're going.
Well, that's right. Yeah, puts him on notice early. We've only had a quarter of the game. And Votano to line this up.
Hit it beautifully and slices it inside the right hand upright. So Votano adds the extras from his try. What a beautiful conversion.
Yeah, just got the angles exactly right. Snuck it inside the right-hand post. Everything going Connor Votano's way in the last couple of minutes, and the Knights have got the jump.
So 6-0, 13 minutes till the half-time break. The restart, McEwen Welsh goes deep into the in goal. Oh, there's a solid shot on Hopwood. That made Morgan jump.
But that might not be the time to read out the Play Rugby League message when you see people get hit like that.
Give us the University of New England one instead.
That's right.
We'll get the education happening.
Yeah.
So now the Knights. An important set after points. Hopwood says here, give it here again. Does well. They go to the grandstand side. Kennevo. Dorahy. High. McEwen Welsh's first test takes it easily. But he looks up. All he can see is the Knights coming at him, and he's sandwiched in a tackle. 18 out.
Yeah, not just the Knights coming at him, but their two front rowers and one of their second rowers all at the front of that chase. Not often you see it. Off a long kick like that, the front rowers leading the chase down to the fullback.
And Bulldogs taking a long time to get back into the line.
Certainly are. Just a little sign early that the Knights are winning the battle. They're certainly spending a lot of time in the Canterbury half.
They've dominated possession in this last 6 minutes, though, haven't they, the Knights?
Certainly have.
And there's an early kick. Votano has to go back. The bounce is kind. He brings it across to the middle of the field. The man who kicked the football. Good chase, Reuben. Bronson Reuben it was. He gets up. A little bit of a limp. A hop on a limp. Good run. Rosenbaum out of dummy half. He got up. He's holding his neck. Lockie Gray. Diesel Hagen out of dummy half. He gets through half a gap. Good run.
Yeah, clever not to pass that as well. Kane Self was right in his pocket and probably would have knocked it on.
Long pass for Hopwood. Hopwood skipping. Loza. Referee, there was 2 in the tackle. The strip's okay, but
yeah, just too late there. And a decision here for the Knights captain and coach, whether to take the goal or tap and go again. Looks like they're going to tap and go again. They know they're in front in this game, and they know that they're on top in the contest.
Hillier. Hagen looks up. Which way will he go? He's got numbers. Oh, there's a mistake in the play the ball. He looked a bit groggy when he got to his feet. Did Jack Hillier?
Yeah, he'll never make it as a crook. He gave himself straight away to the referee there. He looked up very guiltily to the ref, and the ref knew what was being communicated. We'll see this again. Yeah, he just got a fumble. Unsurprisingly, he did get a whack on the way down there from Tupou, but yeah, looked up and no choice for the referee there. The Knights, well, they may just feel they should be further in front here.
Well, I think so. They've had a fair bit more football. And as you say, sometimes if the 2's on offer, especially in the grand final, you take it. So now the Bulldogs. McEwen Welsh goes to dummy half. He'll find Woods. Woods coming back to the middle. Oh, he beats 1, 2. Ref said, I'm okay with that tackle. The crowd wasn't happy. Rinakama coming in looking for a bit of work off his wing. Fua, a dummy half. Ruben, the ball just pops up.
What do you call that pass?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Leota ends up with it. Christodoulou goes back to Woods on the last. They just have to give him a little bit of attention. Vitano waits, bang, they get up. He can beat the first. Can he beat the second? No. Good tackle there from Ruben, following through on the kick.
It's a good take by Vitano. That was an ugly floating bomb. Did well to reel it in, and the Knights, 2 tackles and already approaching halfway.
Yeah, Rosenbaum again. His carries out of dummy half have been good in bringing it out. They knew. They tried slamming on his back. They come again. He's pushed as he gets to his feet. Onto the field, Jarmaine. Jersey 16, Ethan Jarmaine. Hagen comes back to this short side. Dorohey had Vitano inside, but it was spotted pretty quickly. Cops a little bit of attention there. Christodoulou. Another floating kick. They both go for it, and in the end, Rinakama catches it, takes it, and brings it out.
Well, McEwen Walsh would have seen his life before his eyes there as Rinakama went back and grabbed that catch. In the end, it all turned out okay. But the Dogs doing a lot of this work at the moment.
Well, they're trying to go sideways now. They threw it around. Ruben was looking for a runner. Eventually, he finds Mabani, and he makes a good 20 metres. Makhlouf. He's on the field in jersey 14. Hagen, he gets up okay. I wasn't sure if he looked like he got flung on his back. Ruben had runners inside, couldn't get his hands free. Starting to look dangerous, Bronson Ruben.
Yeah, he's a dangerous runner of the ball.
Woods puts it high again. Vitano, he's had plenty of practice at this today. Oh, waits for a runner to come round. Rosenbaum, this time they pick him up and drive him backwards. Smith involved with Fua.
Suddenly the Knights a bit slow to get back here. 23 minutes gone in the game. Must be a bit of a whiplash to play at this time of year, by the way. These junior competitions start in the first weekend of February, so it starts out very hot. And then by the end of the season, you're playing at 18 degrees and rain.
It's a culmination of a long time, as you say, when they start playing in February. It's the trials in October, so they're doing it. So they're just playing now, moving up quick. He's been good on his feet. Atono, 10 there. Just gets on an edge. I'll tell you what, if he gets half a break, he looks like he's got a bit of speed too, as Loza puts it high in the air. Didn't get a lot of distance. Taken quite easily Midwood. Midwood still going. Good with a leg drive on him. But can he get it? He's popped it out the back. Referee's going, oh. Referee's going to say it was a knock on, so it'll be a handover. Yeah. Thoughts, Morgan?
Oh, Hagen fancied that. It's a little bit difficult to tell at first look whether that was knocked on and then bumped forward off a Bulldog, or whether he actually did throw it between his legs or behind himself, as we see the replay here. It was a great charge, as you said, from Midwood. He made a lot of ground with the ball. Just came spewing out the back. Ref was in a good position.
Good footwork at the line. Another strong carry. Just made his way onto the field. That did. That did. There's the big dummy making room to move. Oh, he's tripped over. And a penalty. Alatini. Oh, no penalty. I thought I heard the whistle then. Alatini charging through. He had a runner outside and he just got tripped up. Woods bounces off that right. Bounces off the left. Can he get the hands free? No, he takes the tackle. The Bulldogs' best chance to bounce out of dummy half. McEwen Welsh slices through. He caught the Knights asleep. Jumps out of dummy half. Tallis McEwen Welsh. And we are 6-4.
We certainly are, and that's exactly what Alatini did last week. Out of nothing, took a big carry, got them going, and from that, a couple of plays later, they used the momentum. McEwen Walsh jumps out of dummy half, had too much speed, and always looked like scoring when he picked it up.
Well, it probably starts back a little bit further with Mohammed had it in.
That was a good charge as well, absolutely.
But have a look at this.
The grounding's clean as anything.
McEwen Welsh gets low, slides in. 6-4, kick to come. The Blatchy Blues are back. State of Origin series will be here before you know it. With all 3 games on sale, now experience the best atmosphere in sport and secure your Blatchy Blues tickets at www.newsouthwalesrugbyleague.com.au/origin/tickets. There's Bronson Rubin looking to add the extras from the McEwen Welsh try and lock it up 6-all with 3.5 left till the halftime break. Moves in, flags are in the air, and we are 6-all.
A successful conversion for the Bulldogs, number 6, Bronson Rubin, and we're all tied up with 3 minutes till halftime. 6-all.
So Knights with the restart. Vitano kicks it deep. Taken just inside. Oh, he did nearly over a Rennie's runner and then goes back and gets it and drives it forward again. Another strong run from Hadid. Bulldogs just looking for a nice tidy set. Dangerous again. Alatini still going. Pops it up for Woods. And all of a sudden they're 42 out on 2. Now rolling onto the footy, Leota. Leota looking for a runner. They fling him to the ground. He's looking for the quick play. The ball bounces to his feet and gets it. Rubin gets a high tackle. He really got the clothesline then from Lockie Gray. And Rubin, he's fine. He's okay. They're just going to have a quick chat to Lockie Gray, no doubt. Put him on report. An interesting time now. Will they take the tap? They're going to take the 2. Bronson Rubin says to the referee, we'll have a crack at 2. And why wouldn't you? Go into the halftime break leading 8 points to 6. So Ruben looking to add the 2 from the penalty straight after points. Look to edge out to an 8-6 lead as we roll into the final 60 seconds of this first half in the University of New England Harold Matthews Cup. Great view there as he looks like straight through the post. Flags in the air, and the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs 8, leading the Newcastle Knights 6. Vitano doesn't muck around with a restart. Will bounce it, did it'll be. McLoof picks him up, it did, charging in, beats 1, beats 2. This is how it started before the penalty goal. McLoof. A mistake gives the Knights a little crack before half time. Was hit late. The referee is going to give the penalty to the Knights, and they might have a crack at the 2 as well to lock it up. Connor Vitano slotted one from the same position for his try, so I wouldn't be surprised. Another player on report, all after a mistake from the Bulldogs. And Vitano points to the post. They didn't muck around with the kickoff, Vitano, and then the mistake from the Bulldogs was given now. Connor Vitano the opportunity to square the ledger at the half-time break. He moves in, it's just pushed away to the left. So Woods picks it up off the foul, and they're going to come again. Oh, the ball's hit the ground as Woods really tried to turn that into something. The ball was dropped from Fua. And the crowd really getting involved here at Leichhardt in this UNE Harold Matthews Cup. The half-time break. It'll be 8 points to 6. After we saw both fullbacks score their sides only tries. It was the Knights. Connor Vitano first, as we just watched the replay of it now. Comes into the back line beautifully and went half through the gap. He said, shut the gate. And then Tallis McEwen-Welsh, after this strong run, Alatini it was, looking for his runner, who unfortunately got tackled. Then McEwen-Welsh gets low. And then we saw another strong run straight off the kickoff. Alatini. Woods was wrapped up, and then we had the penalty goal from the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. And that's the difference. So 8 points to 6. Bulldogs leading. We'll be back with all the second half action shortly. Matthews Cup, and what an intriguing 30 minutes we have in front of us. The game really was set alight in that final 8 to 10 minutes. Some late points for the Bulldogs, which sees them leading 8 points to 6.
Yeah, it really caught fire, didn't it?
It did, Morgan.
The last 10 minutes, they were sorting each other out in the first 20. There was a bit of back and forth, and then all of a sudden, bang, off they went. And that really sets us up for a big second half.
So Bulldogs with the restart. They started to make some metres at the back end. This kick's going to find... it's just stayed in. And they get it out of their in goal. Only a metre out. But it was interesting, that man that you said for us to watch. Sosai Alatini was absolutely unstoppable in that last 10 minutes. Really put his Bulldogs on the front foot with also Muhammad Hadid had some good, strong carries. So now the Knights, they'll try and get back into the wrestle. Only trail by 2 points and could have locked it up. Connor Vitano, you would have seen that pretty nicely down there on the sideline. So Taj Moore in jersey 14. They fake the kick. Dorahy comes back inside. Finds Self, he keeps it alive as well on the last tackle. There's a trick play. It ends up in the hands of Lockie Gray, and he's tackled 12 out.
I'll tell you what, the way the Knights are playing, you wouldn't know it was a wet day. They are chucking the ball around. They're pushing offloads. That's the interesting thing. That rain stopped now, and it's actually quite clear. Yeah, I was just down on the ground. It's not too bad. Like, the surface is a bit slippery. I was a little bit nervous in my lace-up boots, but it wasn't. It's not as wet as you might expect.
I did tell you to put your shoes on. You didn't have to put footy boots on to go down there and do an interview.
Got to be prepared. Got to be prepared for all services.
No, well, that's how you feel part of it. That's the way to do it. Now the Bulldogs. Mabani. Ruben gets it on quickly. They get back up into his face, just trying to see who it was. It was Tupou. Tupou gets up, pushes away. Hadid, he'll look to keep it alive. Eventually they get him on his back and he hangs onto the football. Woods kicks for space. Doesn't find it. Bounces kindly for Rosenbaum.
Bit of extra inspo for the Dogs in particular. Their whole first grade side is at the ground and have come out to support the Harold Matthews side. So a nice thing for the first grade team to do and a little bit of a push for their Harold Mats team. I was down in the tunnel at half time as the Dogs came in and they were howling. As the Knights get this ball back, they're going to get 6 more tackles. They were absolutely screaming at each other. One more effort, 30 more minutes, game starts now. It was cacophonous.
And here's Midwood. Midwood does well. Can he keep going? He's only been on the field. Oh, he's gone. Has he gone the double roll? No, he hasn't. They try and go from dummy half. It's a knock on. He gets up, Taj Moore, and says, what have I done? After a wonderful run. Zai Midwood nearly set it alight by himself.
Yeah, we saw a bit of threat from him in the first half, but he took that bomb and made about 10 metres with the little tractor steps. That time he just busted them clean open. It'll look good on the replay. Just back against the grain into the ruck. It only takes one tackler to fall off, and suddenly he was away. Yeah,
it was a missed tackle from Ruben that got him through that gap, and there was a great tackle. They cling on to him. So now the Bulldogs, they'll bring it out. Well, as you mentioned, I dare say they'll be here all day, I would have thought. The Bulldogs first grade. They've got also Tasha Gale and then the women in the women's premiership clash.
No, there's plenty to barrack for if you're a Canterbury supporter today.
Well, I think they'll be here all day, yeah. So now the Bulldogs clinging onto that 2-point lead. 4 gone second half. Back you go to the spot.
The Dogs last week really hit the accelerator in the first 15 minutes of the second half. They scored 3 tries in a really short time in that first 15 minutes. And completely changed the game and took the game away from Penrith. And it was a battle. It was back and forth. And the next minute, Canterbury were all over them, and Penrith were clinging on.
This time they wrap up Alatini on the last. It goes to Ruben. Ruben puts it high. Rosenbaum, is he going to attack it? He does. He goes up. Comes back down kindly for him. He got plenty of attack. Oh, they're going to say knock on.
Well, chance here for the Dogs. That mistake is forced by the chase.
100%.
They absolutely tore through to get involved there. Put a heap of pressure on Will Rosenbaum. We'll see it again here.
Yeah, it was
There is
Fua.
a bit of a question about contacts in the air, but it was Rinakama.
Rinakama it was.
Through,
yep.
Put the pressure on him and forced the mistake, and it earns them a really good opportunity. Bang in the middle of the park on the 20. They can really put the acid on the Knights here if they were to go out by 8.
Ruben will feed the scrum. Woods is on the right. You'd think they'd come to Woods. It does indeed. Ends up in the hands of him now. Steps off the left, back onto the right. They wrap him up. Loza wraps up his opposite, number 7. Alatini. This time they clean him up, put him on his back. They slow the play the ball down. Abbey. More than happy at the moment. Just to go one out. Now they find Woods. Woods gets it onto Ruben quickly. Ruben. He does the old stop back. Nearly got the beep, beep, beep. The reversing truck. It did now. He does a little bit of ball playing. Alatini going to be hard to stop from there. They do this time. Some good defence from the Knights. Can they cling on in the last? Woods will look for a repeat set. Keeps it low. Can they? Oh, wonderful defence. It looked like Mar Barney was going to score for all.
Did ever.
But some great day.
Yeah, it's Kyron Blair who's swung him around. That is a superb tackle. It'll look good on the replay. But he was absolutely favourite there, Lockie Gray. Mar Barney to get him killed across the line. Here it is again, the fizzed pass from Woods. And it's actually the 4, Demaya Ainu, who was down low, and Blair up top. And they brought him to a shuddering halt.
Well, wonderful scrambling defence, that whole set for the Knights. That can lift, really lift your side. Self still going. Great run from the number 13 for the Knights, Kane Self. Looking, you can hear the crowd, telling them to get onside. Dorahy keeps it alive for Gray. Gray in turn pops it up, Rosenbaum.
Isn't it a beautiful sound?
Canaveral it was, sorry.
People screaming, get it onside from a packed grandstand. There's nothing better.
The Dorahy. Puts it high in the air. Blair goes up. Taken beautifully. Ruck. I think that's his first touch. Ruck. Yeah. He has not had a lot of football at all. Yeah, there's a solid shot, Marbani.
They do love working the left, the Dogs. We did just see them drag down on the right, but he was always second favourite there to catch that. Managed to get, he actually went with the hands, so he didn't use his body at all as Renakama threatens. He did threaten.
He looked like, I thought he was going to scoot and go down that left-hand touch line, but he came back inside. Woods, he throws the dummy. Can he get out of the tackle of Self? And referee's going to say, back you go. Once again, referee Robinson, back you go to the spot. Leorta gets to halfway on the last tackle. Knights defence holds strong once again. Woods this time, plenty of time, puts it high in the air, going backwards. Blair takes it nicely. He had Raak thundering down on him.
That's a good little duel now.
It is
on that grandstand side of the field. Both sides fired a couple of shots in that direction, and both sides have had the answers.
Vitano. They know how dangerous he is. Ruben cleans him up in a great tackle. Goes again out of marker. Goes back to Vitano. Rosenbaum. Vitanos have had enough of this. Keeps it low. Still rolling along.
Good bit of that.
McLoof has to go back and he'll pick up, looks up. All he can see is Knights players coming at him and they tackle him on the 20.
He got a big piece of that, Tano. They weren't in a great spot at all. He absolutely wellied it up the other end. Turn the Bulldogs around.
Kept it low too. That was the key.
Skidded along the turf.
Bulldogs taking a while to get back. It's coming across Mabani again. Alatini doing the hard yards. They get him, they slam him on his back on the 30. 20 from the halfway line. Hadid looking for another good carry. Knights clean him up. Been a good defensive set this from the Knights. We're on the last. Ruben this time. He kicks. He keeps it low. Rosenbaum will get the nice bounce. He'll bring him back to the middle of the field. He's got room to move. He can see if he can get past Ruben. He does indeed. And then he's wrapped up. Leorta, and it did over the top.
Well, the field position they've got now, they have Conogatano's kick to thank for it, because they were going nowhere. He banged it upfield, and all of a sudden they've started a set on their own 40.
Jarmaine, they haven't gone far in three tackles so far. Loza, they'll wrap him up. He's trying to do it himself there. Tough gig for the 7.
A bit lost here, the Knights.
Dorahy, he gets plenty on that. McLoof takes it nicely. Comes back with plenty of interest too. He's picked up the head of steam straight away. He's got numbers on the outside if he can keep it alive. He does indeed. Marbani still going. McLoof did well there. He wanted to have a crack. As I said, he brought it back with plenty of speed. Hadid spinning out of the tackle, finds Smith. Smith, all of a sudden, the Bulldogs on 3, a 30 out. McEwen Welsh, we've already seen him, how dangerous he is, how dummy half. They go the short side. Can they keep it alive? Slate, he's wrapped up. 11 out, on 4. McEwen Welsh, back for Reuben. Reuben finds Smith. McEwen Welsh, dummy half. Looks up, short pass. Picks up Leota. Leota picks up Hadid! And a little tip off there from Leota. Picks up Mohammed Hadid. And the Bulldogs have gone bang.
Is there a better side in rugby league, Sully? I ask you, than a front rower passing to another front rower for a front rower to score a try. Gorgeous football from the Dogs, taking it to the line, slipping the pass. It was really neat from Leota, who had a great game last week. You mentioned how good Hadid has been since he came on. He's made a big difference in the head tape. He just looms up on the right, gets himself on the deck, and the Dogs are going to be 8 in front here in a minute. And they are doing what they did last week and really lifting in the first 15 minutes of the second half.
Just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful work there, David Leota. And he got the hands free. He had 3 Knights on him, but he got the hands free. And backing up, Mohammed Hadid.
Shows, by the way, the benefit of pushing up with the runner. You know, like everybody was... that only happens because Hadid makes himself available. He's there off the shoulder. He gets the pass and is able to crash over.
And I still say, if the 2's on offer, you take it. The Knights had an opportunity in that first half to take the 2 from a penalty. They didn't decide to do it. The Bulldogs did. And now...
And Hadid's made his way off the field after that. So having scored a try in the 10...
He thinks he's playing touch.
He can go and have a spell.
Isn't that what they do in...
Oh, probably. I don't know what happens in touch.
Score a try in touch and you can come and have a break.
I'm far too slow for touch football.
So now Bronson Reuben. He shouldn't have any problems with this. They led 8-6 at half time. First try in that second half. Moves in, flags in the air. So 14 points to 6. Canterbury Banks down, Bulldogs leading.
They've had some ropey second halves, the Knights, this season. They've given up a few leads. They were 22-6 in front at half-time against Souths in round 4. Got run down. They were 24-6 up at half-time against Wests in round 6 and needed a late winner to get themselves home. And at 50 minutes against Parramatta last week, they let 2 in 3 minutes to give Parra a chance of winning. They have been a bit of a first-half team this year. There'll be some anxiety out there now.
Now let's Leota. Confidence is high. He's taken a while to get to his feet. You're not going to get a penalty, mate. Up you get. Sever. Now Smith. Just starting to make some metres. This Bulldogs forward pack. Sever again, second run, gets it over halfway. All of a sudden, they're 45 out. McEwen Welsh, dummy half, finds Woods. Woods gets through half a hole. McLoof. So I think the subtle change, McEwen Welsh has gone to number 9. I'm sure he has. Alatini on the last tackle, not a bad option. So that's the little tweak. McLuth's gone to fullback. McEwen Walsh has gone to 9.
Yeah, he's terribly lively out of there. I mean, we know that well because he just scored a try out of there at the end of the first half, but he is a really sparky runner out of dummy half. And on a day when the Knights forwards have been trucking it up through the mud, he might give them a fair bit of grief in this last quarter.
Now Jack Hillier, that was a strong run as well. Back inside, they're both back on the field now. Hopwood. Vitano trying to make something happen for his side. He needs a runner inside. There was no one pushing up with him.
Well, and that's the difference. That's the difference in what we saw from Canterbury versus what we've been seeing from the Knights.
Woodward throws the ball back. It's been touched. If they can get back on it, it'll be 6 to go. Bulldogs did touch her. He wants a runner underneath. Flirting. He did ever so well then, Loza. He was calling for his winger, Blair. Get inside, get inside. And eventually he came. So, Anu, they're trying the one-on-one strip. Referee's going to say, play the ball, Knights.
No,
he's given a penalty.
Well,
Severs blowing up Deluxe. Taj Moore says, I might get out of here quickly.
Interesting decision here. Don't seem to be any thoughts of trying to knock over the 2 to go 6 behind.
Well, there you
That's
go.
wise.
Once again, there's now Woodward. Both teams have put a foot on the accelerator. Hillier, a little bit of ball playing out the back. Vitano finds a short pass. Rosenbaum eventually gets it. Still going Rosenbaum. It's a nice little tip on from Gray. Here they come again, these two ball playing props. How good are the props we've seen today? Now Hillier, he got it onto Hopwood. Hopwood charging onto it. Can he spin over?
He's short, let him off. Don't play on it. Wait on the line. Oh, go for. Should have good.
Dorahy. Tornhall, Tener. He's knocked it on, trying to keep it alive. I seriously, one stage there, I thought Hopwood may have scored because the in-goal touch judge was down low. I thought he was about...
They just love to get involved in the in-goal touch judge, I think, Sully. Just love to be in and amongst the action. They're going to spend half the game 50 yards away from the play. Good to get in there and get a sniff of it every now and again.
So the Knights have just can't turn this possession into points at the moment. Rinakama.
Let him go, lock him, square forward, go through.
Ruben. Crowd's gone a little bit quieter. Christodoulou. He's back on. It is tense.
Down there! Stand up, lock him 11! Line. Hold, go for.
Woods. Well, that looked forward.
Head going.
No call from the touch judges. That could be a massive play in this game.
Still in.
On the last now. Oh, there is a penalty.
Yeah, they just detected a bit of a lift in that tackle on Christodoulou. The question for the Dogs here is how long do they keep throwing those offloads? You've got 12 minutes, you're defending an 8-point lead in the wet. Do you want to keep moving the ball around, may it risk putting yourself under a bit of pressure, give yourself a chance of clinching it, or do you pack it up, put it under your arm and just start carting it forward?
How quick's that 18 minutes gone?
Hasn't just. Yeah, not wrong there. That shows what sort of game it's been back and forward.
Alatini once again doing the hard yards for his Bulldog side, making some valuable metres. Christodoulou, dummy off Woods, back underneath for Smith. Ruben for Woods. Woods floating around. Oh, they come up. Hasn't shot him though. McLuth. He bounces and scores.
Whoa. Where did that come from? Chris McLuth. He's come onto the field in the forward team. He's playing fullback, and he made just to one Canterbury this game. And what you said is absolutely right. He bounced out of one, he bounced out of two, he just kept going. Everybody was waiting for him to end up on the deck, and when he was on the deck, he was in the in goal. That's an extraordinary try. Let's see it again on the replay. This will look fantastic. He gets it out the back here, He bumps off the first one. That was Gray. Went past him. Bumps off Dorohy, the 5'8". Bumps off Matano, the fullback, and crashes into the turf. And Canterbury at 12 in front with a kick to come. And they have got about 6 fingers on this Harold Matthews trophy.
What a wonderful try, Christopher McLoof. He just wanted it. He just attacked the football.
He's just going a bit too hard.
And takes it out, 18 points to 6. This is a big kick. 9 minutes left.
I just want to remind everybody, Sully, 3 weeks ago, this Canterbury side that we're watching right now, these same players were beaten 52-6 by Penrith.
Correct.
52-6.
Correct.
They let in 7 tries in the second half. And they're 10 minutes away from lifting the trophy. It's extraordinary.
Well, Shannon Rushworth, I don't know what you've done, son, but you've done a good job.
Yeah.
As you say, they finished 4th. But it was that sort of comp, wasn't it? There was Knights, Eels, Bulldogs, Raiders all finishing on 14 points, and flags are in the air. 20 points to 6. Bronson Rubin says, I'll slice that through, and have a look at the smile on his face as he comes back.
Yeah, well, you would too. Dear, oh dear, what do you got now, Knights? 9 minutes for 14 points. This has really got away from them in the second half.
Well, it was 8 points to 6, but let's be totally honest. 5 minutes before half-time, it was 6-0.
Yeah, this is 20 unanswered points in about half an hour.
And now they will try the short kick-off. They're going to say a knock-on both ways. And it'll be a Bulldogs feed. So the coin's dropping the Bulldogs' way at the moment.
Well, and they haven't had much. It's not as if they've been lucky through the finals either. I mean, they led at half-time against Canberra and went on with it. They scored 5 tries to 3. They led 12-10 against Penrith and really carved them up in the second half. They've been the better in all 3 of those finals games, and whatever you do through the season, those are the ones that count.
Keeping it alive off this scrum. Lenchi Fua plays it for the Bulldogs. McLoof to dummy half. Fires the long pass. Straight across. Picks up Christo Dulu. Woods controlling his side now. Savere. Can't put him down, still going. Eventually they do ride him to the ground. Reuben. Slate. Now Reuben. Back to the middle once again, Leota. He's been hard to stop in this second half. David Leota. Set up a nice try for a did. Woods now. Woods kicks it across the face. Up they go. Down they come. Joke rock. It was a lovely kick from Mitchell Woods, and it was exactly meant for that man.
Oh, 9.5 for the acrobatics, and he sticks the landing. That was superb from Rourke. The surge of points that have come from Canterbury in this second half, just like they did last week. They have just found another gear. Woods put this kick up. He placed it beautifully. Rourke always wanted it more. Got himself into the air. Got himself across the line. This game is done. Canterbury are too good.
Rourke up and down. Pushes it out to 24-6. Bronson Rubin with another conversion attempt.
The other thing about this, I mean, I mentioned before, 8th best defence in the comp. They let in 20 points a game, and they've let in 6 today. They've just held out and held out. They've given the Knights nothing, particularly in the second half, and have now scored 24 unanswered points. And the way things are going, don't be surprised here if Bronson Rubin makes it 26 unanswered points.
It's all about timing, Morgan. timing a run.
Absolutely right.
As we always say, finals is a different competition. As Ruben moves in, the big crowd will tell us. Up they go. Another 2 points to the Bulldogs.
Successful conversion for number 6, Bronson Ruben for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs now 26-9-6.
26-6. As we roll into the final 5 minutes. Up they go again with this short kick-off again. Ball's bouncing around. Which way will we go this time? Knock on Bulldogs. Knights, look at the footy. Just looking for a consolation try now.
Didn't it happen quickly? Didn't it go from a really tight contest to the Knights looking for a consolation try?
Hagan looking for some runners. Finds Hopwood. It's dragged to the ground. 15 out. Hagan again. They come back to the open. Loza. Dummies underneath. Fires the ball out. Hits the ground. Knocked on. Well, a mistake from the Knights. Really trying to push the pass and grab some late points in this clash. This University of New England Harold Matthews Cup. Still alive. This bloke's had a busy second half, McLuth. Smith. Sever. More than happy just to roll through their forwards now. They've done all the hard work. Leorta has that big right hand free again, but can't get the pass on. Woods will put it high again. It's worked once. Let's go again. Up they go. Down they come. Knock on.
Bit of history for you, Sully. This will be Canterbury's 4th Harold Matthews title. 2007, 2009, 2011. And just in case you're not sure if people go from the Harold Matthews into first grade, I can tell you when Canterbury won it in 2011, 13-12 over Illawarra. That Illawarra side had Drew Hutchison, Adam Clune, Jack Bird and Jackson Hastings in it.
Plenty of them there, and we've just seen the Knights try and bring this out from the scrum, and the ball, unfortunately, hit in the tackle, and ball's rolled forward. So things have not gone the way of the Knights in this second half. It'll be a scrum feed for the Dogs. 10 out, middle of the field they go. Ruben, he bounced off that left foot and just straightened it up. Christo Dulu, out of dummy half, he finds Smith. Sever gives it to Woods. Short pass, Alatini. They get up quickly on him and drive him to the ground. Skirting out of dummy half, Christo Dulu. Ruben to dummy half. He'll look for Woods. They come back to the short side, just trying to keep it low. There was a double push there. Leorta it was. On the last tackle now, they got numbers. Woods bounces off the left foot, straightens it up, and the skipper will score. And just to put the icing on the cake, and the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs leading 30 points to 6. Kick to come. A little bit of push and shove going on. You just see now he plenty of time. He just stepped off that left, straightens it up, beats one. Tops off a very tighter performance from the number 7. And his side as they start to celebrate. Ruben's still got a conversion to take. It takes more than just being online to be a great online university. It takes time and experience. The University of New England has been helping busy adults study from home for over 70 years. Apply now to start on the 26th of June at une.edu.au/FutureFit. And the University of New England Harold Matthews Cup premiers will be the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Ruben looking to add the final nail. And the Knights. Flags are in the air. 32 points to 6 will be the full-time score. And it was 8 points to 6 at half-time after the Knights led 6-0 just before the break. And then completely dominated the second half. 24 points, unanswered points. Just have a look at the highlights now. It was wonderful work there for Liorta. He found Hadid. It's time they go to the left. Woods found McLuth, who bounced out of 1, 2, 3 and spins around and scores. And then a lovely kick from Woods. It was up they go and down they came. And then Woods ices the victory. And the Bulldogs have run out winners over the Newcastle Knights. Game's still coming up, of course. University of New England SG Ball Cup between the Knights and the Eels. Kicks off at 2:30. Then at 4:15, the Harvey Norman Tasha Gale Cup between the Sydney Roosters Indigenous Academy and the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. They feature heavily on grand final day. And then at 6 p.m, it's the Harvey Norman New South Wales Women's Premiership, where the Mounties will take on the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs in what should be an absolute Bobby Dazzler. You know, the coach just got wet. The traditional tip the bucket on the coach's head.
We're down here on the ground with the Bulldogs captain Mitchell Woods, the halfback
Mate, you've just won the Harold Matthews Cup. A couple of weeks ago, when you were in the goal, behind the goal post, when it was 52-6 against Penrith, did you think you'd end up here?
Nah, not really. That 3 weeks was pretty tough. 3 weeks after that loss, you know, the boys, we came back first week, and we made sure we spoke to the coach, had a good session, everything just rolled on after that. We knew we were going to come back and work harder than ever. The energy from last week carried on into this week. Not normal. It was the best thing.
Mate, I was in the tunnel at half time when you guys came in. I have never heard a team yelling so loud, geeing each other up, firing each other up for the second half. But it sounds like you guys are really stuck together.
Yeah, of course. You know, after Knights are the second team that beat us, only 2 losses in the season, so we knew that after we had a bit of a label that we're pretenders, so we made sure that we'd come back, beat the 2 teams that beat us, and be able to lift the trophy. So we wanted it more than anything. We knew it was our last game and gave it our all.
Congratulations, mate. Go and enjoy it, and thanks for the time. That's Mitch Woods. He's the Bulldogs captain, and he's about to launch the Harold Matthews Cup into the sky. The Bulldogs have won it today.
Good to have a chat, of course, with the players down there on the field. And there it is, the 2023 UNE Harold Matthews Premiers. The Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs will be going down to the presentation ceremony and then be back at 2:20 for the next game. The University of New England, SG Ball between the Knights and the Parramatta Eels.
Joining me for the presentation, New South Wales Rugby League Director Kevin Green and UNE Professor Godfrey Israel. So we'd also like to now thank our match officials. If I can ask them to come forward to receive their medals. I would now like to announce our Man of the Match recipients. Accepting the award is Bulldogs halfback Mitchell Woods. Congratulations, Mitchell. We'll now invite our runners-up in the UNE Harold Matthews Cup to come up and accept their medals. So the Knights in number order are fullback number 1, Connor Vitano. Number 2, Kyron Blair. Number 3, Lockie Gray. Number 4, Damir Ainu. Number 5, Will Rosenbaum. Number 6, Blake Doherty. Number 7, Hami Loza. Number 8, Jack Hillier. Number 9, Diesel Hagen. Number 10, Cody Hopwood. Number 11, Will Cannavo. Number 12, Austin Artu Hateni. And number 13, Kane Self. Number 14, Taj Moore. Number 15, Ethan Jarmaine. Number 16, Jet Woodward. Number 19, Zai Midwood. And number 18, Fletcher O'Doherty. We'll grab the Newcastle captain, Connor Vitano, to say a few words, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd just like to thank Bulldogs for coming out and playing a tough game. He's better than us on the field. Congrats.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate our runners-up in the Harold Matthews Cup, the Newcastle Knights. And now to the 2023 UNE Harold Matthews Cup premiers. In number order to collect their medals. In jersey number 1, Tallis McEwen Welsh. In number 2, Jethro Rinakama. In 3, Eamon Marbani. In 4, Hori Fua. 5, Joke Raka. In 6, Bronson Rubin. 7, Mitchell Woods. 8, Oliver Smith. 9, Mason Phillips. In jersey number 10, Mohammed Hadid. In jersey number 12, Sosaya Alatini. In 13, Sherwin Abbey. 14, Chris McClure. 15, David Leota. 16, Tyler Slate. 17, Itula Sevi. And 19, Daniel Christodoulou. And in jersey number 24, Jaden Malia. Number 11, Solo Tupo. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate your Harold Matthews champions, the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Mitchell receiving the trophy now. Come and say a few words. You might like to put it down, or you might like to get your photo taken first.
Firstly, I'd like to thank Newcastle for a good game. You know, we played them once in a year, got them again today. Great effort. Thanks, boys. I'd like to thank everyone that came out here today, family, friends, whoever's here. It means a lot. I'd like to thank our coaching staff and Coach Shannon. You know, couldn't have done it without you. The 3 sessions a week. Loved every minute of it. And lastly, I'd like to thank the boys. Couldn't have done it without you. Go the Bulldogs, yeah?
Ciao, ciao.